All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 9 o'clock. I call this Sawyer County Public Safety Committee meeting to order. Can we have roll call, Madam Clerk?
Ron Buckholz.
Present.
Mark Helwig.
Here.
Jeff Haney. Marshall Savitsky. Jim Evans. You have a quorum.
Okay, number 4, the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, certification of compliance with the open meetings law.
This meeting was noticed to the media and public as required by Section 19.84 of the Wisconsin statutes.
Okay, number 6, the meeting agenda is set. Number 7, public comment. Nobody? Okay, number 8, consider approval of the previous 1/2 of 26 meeting.
Motion to approve those minutes.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Evans,
I'll second it.
second by Mr. Haney to approve January's safety minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries to approve. Number 9, Clerk of Courts, Marge.
Nothing extra to add. You can see at the end of the report, the judicial report, there were 2 graduations in treatment court, which is a good thing. I'm sure Judge Yuck can comment on that if he'd like.
Judge, you want to speak on that? Okay.
Yes, thank you. We did have our second graduation from treatment court in January. We're still, through the public defender's office and the DA's office, trying to find some ways to increase. We started off with a kind of a high number, and now it's kind of whittled its way down to just several remaining people in there. We've got to find some way or identify some other individuals to bring those numbers back up a little bit so that we can provide that kind of a treatment recovery court to more individuals that need it. But I think it's an important milestone to have your second graduate from that program. That doesn't guarantee their success, but it's just another form of treatment that we can provide individuals so they can get their life back and get on with their life and be contributing members of society. Then the only thing that I wanted to point out is that in 2 weeks, we're dealing with Berkey in the community. I know that I'm on intake that week. We have things scheduled on the calendar for Monday and Tuesday. Not very heavy, but we've got some things scheduled. But like we do every year, try to not schedule anything for the remainder of the week so that we don't have to deal or have law enforcement have to deal with more headaches in serving the circuit court while they're out trying to keep everybody safe in the community. So I haven't seen Judge Isham's calendar, but she's not in intake, so I don't know what she has scheduled, but I know that I've always clear my calendar as best I can. I think we'll have in custodies on Wednesday, so if anybody gets picked up, we'll handle those. And on Friday, we usually have at 11 o'clock. I'll try and either, if it's something serious, probably schedule it on the following Monday or just set a bond without a court hearing so that we don't have to be in court and deal with stuff. So just to let you know that we're looking ahead to try to use our limited resources so that the law enforcement can focus elsewhere.
Yeah.
So.
Good deal. Any questions for the judge? Okay, thank you, Judge. All right, number 10, Sheriff's Report. Lieutenant, you're going to do your patrol report then?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
As you can see from our report, our call volume has increased, and our 3-month trend shows November at 804, December was 530 to close out the year, and beginning this new year has been 794. It's also an increase from where we were at this time last year at 643 calls for service. During the reporting period, our deputies have issued 42 citations for traffic, 12 written warnings, 16 non-traffic citations, and per community maps, there have been 22 total crashes, 11 with personal injury, no additional fatalities. I do have a side note here that there was 2 snowmobile fatalities. They are not tracked under community maps, but they do affect our community reporting just the same. We're very pleased to announce our 2 part-time patrol deputies, Nicholas Pompuch and Madison Waller, have successfully completed their 12-week field training course. They are now able to fill patrol shifts and have signed up for quite a few already. They'll obviously be working during the Birkebeiner, where they'll be much needed. And as our attention is today, the American Birkebeiner, our last law enforcement meeting before the big event. It obviously draws a lot of people to the area, and there are still expected to be a full race, and we are working very closely with our agency partners right now.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Lieutenant. Any questions for Lieutenant Rapinski?
Real quick, where were those snowmobile tests?
I believe they were up in the 77 Spider Lake area.
One was just south of Lost Land Lake, and the other was on the flowage by Big Muskie.
Young, old?
One was 28, 29, and the other was middle-aged, both males.
Alcohol involved?
The first one on Lost Land Lake, alcohol and speed, and the second one was speed.
Okay, thank you. All right, number B, jail report, Lieutenant.
Thank you. The month of January, we've seen 60 inmates on average, 11 of those being females, 49 males. Our average probation incarceration for that month is 17. Pre-sentence incarceration was at 23. Sentence incarceration was at 20. We currently had 3 on electronic monitoring the day that this report was generated. We had 64 inmates the day this report was generated, with an unemployment rate of 72% at the time of booking. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? All right, thanks. Number C, communications report. Director Rapinski.
Good morning, thank you. So far in January, we've pushed out and received back the joint power agreements, which will be soon mailed to the state, just waiting on one more. Like Lieutenant said, the American Birkebeiner wrapping up our last meeting today. The Next Gen 911 Round 1 and Round 2 grants will close in June, so working on those. We welcome our newest member, Amber Alcom, who successfully completed her 12-week field training on January 18th, is now on her own. And after the completion of this report, she was offered a full-time position. She'll begin her full-time position on February 9th. We've also submitted the Wiscom Daily User Grant on January 15th. We won't know the status of that until April, and unsure if we will actually receive any rewards or awards for that, but we'll know more in April. The total calls CADs created for January 26 is up from 1215 last year to 1292 this year. And the total number of 911 calls since January 1st is 403, and administrative lines, 2,434, for a total of 2,837 phone calls received in the dispatch center in the first 27 days of the month. For emergency management, we submitted the EPCRA grant. The EMPG funding was accepted by this, or was awarded by the government. However, the state has not accepted the grant funding yet, but they intend to, so we will receive the funding for EMPG. Last week, we, along with Sawyer County HHS, facilitated and took part in a regional exercise focusing on extreme heats. Emergency management's finalizing Berkey-related plans, and the LEPC team is working on finishing the hazard mitigation plan for the 5-year update for it. We're also going to be submitting new members to be added to the LEPC team.
Okay, thank you, Director. Any questions? All right, thank you. Number 11, code enforcement.
Thank you. I will start off with the 2025 year-end report. As you can see, the revenue was high in January, mostly due to dog licenses sold that month. We had the highest call volume last year in April and July, with 33 total calls to our office. At-large dog or animal complaints was the biggest one. And then in September is when we had the highest admission into the pound. We have 14 dogs admitted. Overall that year, last year, we had 105 dogs admitted, 61 of 101 animals that were admitted to our pound did get returned to their owners, which is about a 61% return rate. And then I did want to mention that our 2026 vaccination clinic is set. We are doing it Friday, March 20th at the Winter Fire Hall, and then Saturday, March 21st at the City of Hayward Fire Hall. And Leading Edge will be helping us again this year with that. Moving on to more code enforcement stuff. For human health hazards, last year we had around 7 total calls. The main complaints in those 7 were something with the septic, so kind of like noxious odors and whatnot. And then dilapidated habitable dwellings, my goodness. And then for rental properties, those complaints, we had about 20. Overall, the main complaint was noise. Okay, moving on to January's month-end report. So as of January 26th, when I did this report, the revenue was slightly lower compared to last year, just with not as many dog licenses being sold quite yet. Admissions into the pound was very low. I believe we had about 4. Luckily, most of those, the majority, 3, did get returned to the owner. For the overall call volume, the other category was the highest call volume, mostly of them being lost animals. Otherwise, the overall call volume throughout the month was low compared to the previous month and this month last year. Otherwise, that is all I got.
Okay. Good report. Any questions? Thank you for that. All right, number 12, child support. She's not with us. She did submit a report. Did you guys get a chance to look at it? Do you have any questions with it? None? Okay. All right, number 13, emergency services. Mr.
Can everybody
Fremen.
hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're up and running on our first the new reporting software. My public safety data that I collect wasn't quite done, so that was what you see on there is just one of their pre-made reports. So I was kind of playing around with that, and that basically saying from the average time from when we get paged to when we're out the door. The 27 seconds is a little misleading because a lot of that is they're already out and just responding to the page. The other thing is that Unit 2 doesn't look like it's got a lot of numbers, but that is because we always try to make it Unit 1 if Unit 2 is clear, or if Unit 1 is out on a call and they clear, we always try to keep it as Unit 1 just to keep it from making confusion in dispatch. The other thing is that we're up on calls. If you look at the calls, Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3, we're about 170 some calls right now, and that's up. I wasn't able to access the other system to see what we had last year, but it's definitely going to be more. I think we were around 130 calls last year, and we're at 170 something right now. They have been super busy. And then on the medical examiner side, it's actually been a really busy year on the medical examiner side, especially with the snowmobile accidents and suicides. I'm kind of keeping up on those trends, seeing if there's any contributing factors that maybe I can pass some information along. But alcohol has definitely been a contributing factor to some of the ATV accidents. Other than that, if you guys have any questions.
I do not. Do you, in committee? All right, no, thank you. All right, number 14, criminal justice reporting. Margaret?
Well, the good news is we actually held a meeting after 2 months in a row of not having a quorum. And because we struggled having a quorum, we did make some changes to the committee makeup, allowing some people to serve in lieu of the person on the committee. And we changed the community member, and there was one more change too. So hopefully we don't run into that problem anymore. Didn't do a lot of business other than that. Trying to get the admin committee a little stronger and potentially down the road, once we get going with the new council itself, meet every other month, have the admin committee or executive committee meet the opposite month. So that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? All right, number 15, board appointed committee updates. Anybody have anything?
Jim, you want to say anything about our meeting? Want to say anything about our meeting? Do you want to say anything about our meeting we had?
Well, it was more for, public works,
Yeah, it's-
No, but it does entail this committee too, I believe, somewhat on the tower.
yeah, we had a meeting with the tribal council Monday. It's about an hour and a half long. It was a good meeting. We have some ideas that they are gonna take to the tribal council as far as what trails they wanna open up.
Yeah, we met regarding the ATV trails that they have closed. We're trying to negotiate to get those open. It was a successful meeting. We came to a compromise on one of the trails right away. And that was just in front of 2 board members and a couple other representatives, but it still has to go to the full board to see if they're going to approve it. And we don't know how that's going to go, but it was a good meeting. We had a good conversation, so that was important.
Good.
I think it's gonna be a very good thing for both the county and the tribe for us to be able to talk on a monthly basis. I mean, there's more than just the trails. I mean, we've got, say like,
towers and such.
yeah, towers, communication stuff. We've got the roundabout coming up, and there's other things throughout the county that involves the tribe, so we're gonna keep that communication going.
Okay, good deal, thank you. All right, number 16, correspondence reports from conferences and meetings. I just want to add something to that. I know Mr. Evans is wanting to get info or what's going on with the county-wide fire district. I believe, and Mr. Martin agrees with me and probably Liz, that we need more information on this because it's not, the county is not involved in it right now. Liz, you want to comment on anything on that?
No, just that if we do, I think Bass Lake did a resolution already or some kind of board meeting. Can we have some kind of documentation or something to get the official discussion rolling?
As far as a countywide?
If someone's going to bring that to the county for discussion, they need to be prepared to bring it with facts and data and have some kind of paper document, this is our
It was actually my
proper
suggestion, and I was just hoping to get a conversation going. I don't know if it is a viable option for a countywide district, but I'd like to see, and I'll make the phone calls, I'd like to see as many fire chiefs as possible, maybe and John, with some suggestions, just to see if it's a possibility. If not.
It's not something the county was looking to do, so we would
Okay.
need some information to, so we would be informed on what it would aid, how it would affect townships and.
All right, well, we don't have to schedule anything anytime soon, but I'll start talking to people
All right,
then. I'll get
thank you.
back to you. Thank you.
And
Sure.
if you want, I can get some information on counties that do that kind of stuff,
That'd be great, John.
yeah, so.
Go ahead, sir.
The other suggestion I would have is Sawyer County has an active fire association, and that may be something you want to entertain at that venue there, so that they can discuss that. All the chiefs and assistant chiefs are there, and they meet the third Wednesday of each month, January through October. So that's something that I think would give you a good idea of where the leaders of all of our Sawyer County Fire Departments stand. And we're involved there as well as John Frommel with EMS. So I think that would be a very productive start.
That's a great idea. What time does that meeting start? That's the 18th then?
7:30.
7:30?
We can keep you filled in on, or the location unless the director has the location.
That's all right, we'll get it eventually. Thank you.
Yeah, because I would, I would like to see all the information out there that's available out there for this, so we can take a look at it. And then what the sheriff suggested would be, I'm interested in that also. So, sounds good. So is there any more questions on that? Mr. Evans, you got more questions?
No, sir, thank you.
All right. So future agenda items. Mike, do we need to put anything on the towers on there yet, or no? Updated or no? You probably don't have any updates yet.
We don't really have an update
Okay,
yet.
all
I
right.
know that's on our next agenda point, it's an agenda point on our next.
Ad hoc meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure,
okay,
yeah, right, Mike?
okay, all right. You guys, anything for the future agenda items? All right, if not, thank everybody. Thank you all for the good reports you give, Sheriff's Department and Chaz. Appreciate it. We're adjourned.